Here we are back with the 8th and possible final installment of the, well, the car horn's going off again. Lost my train of thought of the Arcade Pinball Machine by Lego Icons. This is set number 11374. Contains 2,274 pieces, retails for $229.99, and set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Thank you, Lego. And yes, as you can hear, the car horn goes off about this time every day. You know that old saying, well, you're crying wolf too many times. Well, yeah. Well, I remember in the last installments we got done with this piece here. We installed this and connected some stuff up in the back. And right now the build, it's hugging more or less at a 7 to a 6. It's just build quality at this point. It's big. The bigger the sets, the more chances of them falling apart. Well, in today's installment, we're going to finish it with bags 15 and 16, which is going to finish this up, some remaining mechanicals, and the playfield, and the obstacle courses and all that stuff. So that's pretty much what we're doing today. And no stickers in this installment, so that's even better. So I use that as a bookmark. And I think we're going to be in for a just as a basic treat here. I really want to get into this one, and yeah, I think that's what we're going to do here. Let's just go ahead and just get started with it. But of course, before I can, we got to do legal stuff. So these videos are not to be considered construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just merely my notes for the final write-up. These are not to be taken seriously. These are just for entertainment purposes, just for fun. I just do this as a hobby. So if I make a boo-boo or cover something up, you know, you've been forewarned, but just don't take them seriously. And wording and stories and stuff like that, my words are mine and mine alone. Lego doesn't pay me to say any of this stuff. I just say what's on my mind. And finally, the content, you got to ask for permission before re-uploading. You have to get my written permission to re-upload my content. If not, just being honest, it's most likely not going to end well. Just don't do it, you know, to save ourselves some time. That gives me more time to make tutorials and to share new ideas with you. That's pretty much what that is. And being wrapped up with legal stuff, it's boring, and I can't do any tutorials doing that, or anything, because I'm hung up doing that. So just always ask for permission first. You'll probably get a no, but it's better to know than not know. Okay, well, let's see here before we begin here. Yeah, we're going to keep this thing off to the side here because we're going to need this. Let's begin with bag 15. Let's build it. And we're at the final stretch today. This is going to be the last installment. Well, we got away with something. Probably about 20 minutes, 25 on that. But we got some of these in here, and these are dream pieces, but I have a feeling those are going to be scratched. So where's my glass at? Where's that plastic cover that I've been having? Well, that'll work. So right now we're going to do this as part inspection. And I think in the last installment, I think we said we were at a 6 because there was, I think it might have been a 7. If I can't remember, then I just put it back up to what I can think it is. I have a feeling those are scratched, so yeah. Okay. It looks like we're going to be in for a very fun treat today. Kind of hiding from drama, so. And let's see here. That looks like that's dust. Okay, Lego, we're getting there. We're not doing anything yet. But these are perfect. If these were solid, these would work good for my cars and stuff because you can have a seat right next to this and it's just the right clearance. This is a piece that I've been looking for a very long time. Not this color, solid, transparent, clear. Yeah, these right here, you could even snot them together and have a nice window here. So I am looking for these. Alright, so that's not scuffed. I'll bring them up if they're scuffed. And so far, it looks like it's just dust. So, yeah. But these are like wall panels on steroids. They're bigger. And so far, so good. I mean, my eyes can't be bad today. But while I'm checking these, I ran into some drama. I guess it's the heat. People just want to pick fights with everybody today. And you're like, oh, here's a scuff right here. Okay, I see that again. I'm going to drop it down to a 6. But it just seems like it's the hot weather. People are just kind of irritable. And I'm like, why take it out on me? You know, what do I do? I'm just sitting back right now watching anime like a grown man, just enjoying my stories. Matter of fact, it's like soap operas for kids or adults. You know, if a lot of this stuff is targeted for teenagers and young adults, who cares? I'm a kid at heart. And so far I'm just running across a bunch of dust here. But this one's going to drop it down to a 6. This one here is just really kind of scuffy. Yeah. Alright, Lego, it's a 6. Now we're officially at a 6. Yeah, now we're getting down to the bad ones here. And why do I do this? You know, for $230, I really shouldn't see this. Now, I don't expect Lego to, you know, hand wrap each piece. It'd be very wasteful. But these are really kind of good. Maybe they did a better production on these. Well, maybe not. I know one of you mentioned about the bright light. But that's a new piece I haven't seen before any better. Now we can get on to the actual build here. And we're going to be focusing on the top here. Here. We're actually going to use that piece. Yeah, it's taking me a little longer to get going today. I can see your feet, Jay. I know, right? For anybody who's got a foot fetish, there you go. Some of you have been commenting that you actually enjoy this type of commentary versus the speed builds. And it just takes a certain person to like this type of video, you know. And, you know, my intent on here, I'm not like a comedian or anything like that, but I just want to have fun with these and just kind of share my thoughts. And I'm hoping these builds are coming out. I know one of you commented about the Pokemon Trio set and said you had a hard time getting your limbs on your Ivy, was it Venusaur? Yeah, the bigger the set, you're going to get confused. I'm not going to lie to you there. And it's just going to boil down to that, you know. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place. It's just been hot, miserable. Tempers are flaring, and I'm just kind of I've been more or less just kind of hunkered down in the house because it's just, what can you do out here? Not a whole lot. And then just pretty much just doing that. I'm almost wrapped up with Attack on Titan. I've got like 10 episodes left. And I thought I could either sit there and watch that while I'm working on a tutorial, but I figured I need to get going on the filming first. That kind of thing. And it looks like we're just doing the top right now. And I just got a video done. Well, let me take care of this real quick here. I hate when you get a song stuck in your head and you cannot play it. Because those mean old record companies So you gotta sing it, and you gotta hum it in your head silently so nobody else can hear it. And I was reading a story about how some of these record companies are starting to hurt for money because they're running, because nobody's buying their records. I'm like, oh well, that's how it goes. Did I forget to put a 1x1 in there? No, I did. Was there supposed to be 2 in there? Because I have a nasty offset here. Okay, I thought it was 1. There's 2 of them in here. And yeah, I know I keep complaining about that. There's nothing we can do about music. I had somebody, why can't you put background music in here? And I said, and risk a copyright strike? Why don't you play the music in the background and you can watch my video and you can play whatever you want. You don't have to listen to my crummy playlist. That's just how it is. At least I give you an option. You don't have to listen to what I like. But I've been pretty much editing a bunch of... Boy, it does not want to go in. I've been editing a bunch of videos today. I really want to get into my tutorials right now, but I got to get this one done. My goal is to get this one reviewed today and out the door. So... I'm hoping this is going to be a quickie. When I do the tour, I am probably going to have to do hand cam on this one, but there'll be an overhead gameplay shot. We're going to do the whole walkthrough on this one today. And just kind of explore it. That'll be the review, and the walkthrough will be attached to this video here, so it'll be indexed. I don't know what the index is going to be because I'm not done filming it yet. So that's what's going to happen here. And then now we got to attach it to the top of the machine here. I did get another comment about why do I move the camera around so much. Well, because of funding. Cameras cost money, and if I had a little GoPro I can have it going straight down, I would, but I don't. It has to be light enough that I can clip it onto this lamp. I have a bunch of old cell phones, but they need batteries. And I don't think it matters which way this goes, does it? No, it doesn't. And they just go right in these clips right up here. So we're just going to clip it in here. Which clip? I think it's the ones on the inside here. Which is like that. And that takes care of the top. Okay, and then now we have to focus on both sides here. We're going to... that's the only thing about this big bulky stuff. Wait till I get to the trains. For those who are, say I move the camera too much. I don't know how I'm going to do trains yet. Usually when I used to do those, there was really nobody in my house at the time doing them. So I have to figure out how to film the trains here. I don't have nowhere to put them back here. I may have to stop off at my local lumber yard and bring home a sheet of plywood. And find a way to do trains back here. Just have this bed in here act as a workbench table and do that. I hope we can fill these little spots in at the top. I doubt it. We still got a good chunk of parts left here. Alright, so now we're doing tiling, and it's pretty much the same thing on both sides. So I'm going to start with this one here, and I'm going to work my way back. So we're going to have to do that here, but I'm going to use step 604, and we're just going to mirror. Okay. There's only so much I can rotate here, so let's see here. But I mean, it's just I miss the days of just not doing disclaimers. But I've noticed it has been taming a lot of the comments now, which I don't really like doing. Is that blue? Okay, it is. But if you're looking for a really good fun build, here you go. But this is not something you could do with the kids. It's just very big. And yeah. Okay, I don't think that was meant to fall off. Really? Oh, wait a minute, I'm doing it backwards. Alright, well, I gotta get a brick separator. Alright. Maybe I was looking at the transpose of the step, I don't know, but the slope's supposed to go here. It would have made more sense going the other way, but... Alright. Okay, so that takes care of that. And then now we're going to go back to this side here, and we're just going to tile this in. Jay, you're moving the camera around too much. I know, I'm sorry, I have to. And this thing's rubbing into the wall here. But yeah, right now I'm working on another tutorial, which is even better, so you'll get something to view. Lots of dark orange. So just as a hint, for those who are brave enough to watch my videos on this channel, it is a furniture build. And I like using dark orange, medium nougat, dark brown, reddish brown, tan, earth tone colors for these type of builds. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. So if you're curious, yes, there is going to be tutorials. I'm working on 2027. I got to work on one more trailer project for 2026. So I got one more video to finish up for this year, and then next year. And then I have 51 for next year. I got one done for next year. So I'm going to really start on the trailers and stuff for next year first and kind of get going to that and that kind of thing. And now it looks like we are attaching lights to the top here and these little spots at the top. So let's just do that. And as you can see, we're going to be covering those up. I was kind of worried. So we're just taking these and putting a hollow stud. And I was like, oh, we're going to have to hide those. Now, I've got to shove that stick all the way in. Now, where does that go? It looks like it goes on the ones on the outside. Well, at least we're kind of obscuring this a little bit. There we go. Is that to let you know you won the bonus? But yeah, so I'm going to spare you guys the drama today. And then that kind of thing. I don't like reaching this far over and doing this. Yeah, I sound very tired. I didn't sleep well last night on my time off. At least I didn't have to go to work today. Oh, and yeah, and today is the 7th of, let me make sure here. The 7th of August 2026. Yeah, and that takes care of the top portion there. Okay, now it looks like we're going to be turning our attention, well, you can't see what I'm doing, right there, in that area, right down there, right in here. Well, these are back to familiar plates. Alright, don't forget your 2x3. Let's hope this thing doesn't cave in while we're trying to put all the parts in here. I'm going to be inclined, I'm going to do steps 608 and 609 together, just because the parts are pretty much here. And yeah. Yeah, this color palette's not too bad for this. So it looks like we're building the ball launcher tray, or the track, or the lane. Depends on how you want to look at it. Yeah, I think the designers of this was somebody here who has one of these, because how many people know about pinball machines? I don't think I know any younger kids that play pinball. You know, as far as I know of, I can't think of anybody. And, oh, we got some information. A brand new wall element created specifically for this model is 2 bricks high to fit the height of the ball and help secure the trajectory. You know, Lego, it's not just this set we're going to be eyeballing these, because also you can use these to go around an ice rink, a hockey rink. There's a lot of uses for these. That's like a dream part. So, who cares about this set? That's what I'm looking at here. So let's start putting in these parts. All right. So there's a smaller one here. Looks like it goes right next to the stud. The ball's supposed to shoot there. Now we don't have to worry about the ball flying out of the back now. Now it won't. Now it'll just make a nice curve and then fall in the holes inside the table. Boy, they really thought this thing out. I just wish we can cover up the top with a piece of glass. What I'm worried about is the ball going to fly out of here? Because in a normal pinball, usually the balls are steel. I doubt Lego packed a steel marble in this. You know. Okay, so we got all those there. And then we got to add some on the other side. The best thing is to start here and work my way back up. I have a little Pac-Man pinball machine that my mom bought me for the holidays. Oh, and I know I forgot to put the tiles in here. Whoopsie. Well, we'll do that right now. And it's pretty fun. I wish I can show it to you, but Lego kind of doesn't want us doing that. So I'll respect their wishes, but you got a better view than I do. It's pretty cool. It functions just like a regular pinball machine, and it keeps score and stuff. It's roughly about this size, but it's pretty fun. But the machine I have is all mechanical. My main pinball machine, my 1974 Starpool, Williams Starpool. Yeah, we got to get another dark blue here. I hear something rubbing. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be fun once we get to it. Is this thing all smooth? I thought we were going to have an offset in here, but no. Make sure these are going to be as tight as you can get them down. We want that ball not to hang on that and fly out of the track. Now I can continue on. But yeah, I mean, I really can't wait to demonstrate this. Now when I do the demonstration, I'm just going to do it in the review. So we're just going to build it and get it done. I may just do a gameplay or something like that just to test it. And then when we do the final review, we'll do the whole thing. And yeah, we're getting close here. We got a long ways to go here. And now we're building some pegs that go inside. We're just going to make 2 of these. Alright, so let me get it here for you. So we got to make 2 of these here. Yeah, I'm getting close to finishing Attack on Titan. Keep thinking it's War on Titan, but the way that series is, it may as well be a war. But yeah, I've been watching, just binge watching that. Got a bunch of other cartoons on my list I really want to get into. The only time I really have to watch anime is on my days off. So these go right here. Okay. That takes care of that. And then we got another item here. We got to make one that's kind of similar to it. So it looks like we're just adding stuff to the playing field. Oh yeah, I gotta remember my battery on this camera is dead. I gotta charge it. Oh, I had a project that I needed these. Focus, please. This transparent piece. Yeah, I always get the good stuff last. This must be... Oh, I see what we're doing. Okay, we shoved this in here. like that. And then we stick our marble inside there, so it looks like, what is that, planet Saturn? And yeah, they want it kind of crooked like that. I mean, it's space, right? And this one goes right here. Now I'm going to rotate that ring out of the way, and then I'm going to push this down in here first. Then I'm going to put this back in. So this, you really can't put a piece of glass on the top of this, which is kind of a shame. And then we're doing one little divider here. I can't remember your name, Susie Rose. I've been reading a lot of your comments on here lately. You're probably going, "Oh my God, he noticed me!" I'm glad you, and many of you are enjoying these type of videos. Makes me want to do them even more, right? To bore you to death is. There we go. But I enjoy doing this stuff. Like I said, if I didn't enjoy doing it, I would just build these off video and just release them. But well, that won't do you any good. Okay, looks like it's two red ones. Just make sure your slope is on the left here. But I enjoy sharing my ideas and thoughts with everyone. And this goes right here. Okay, the slope goes here. And I'm assuming it shows the slope right here. I'll show you here in a second here. All right, this piece is barely hanging in there. So you see where that slope's at right there? Right where it's lined up with, right below that slope. See how it's lined up there with that? Yeah, but I don't know. That doesn't look right. It doesn't really show you in here very well. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. So, yeah, just take a look at where that's supposed to be positioned there. Hopefully that'll help you out. I'm afraid that marble's going to knock this thing loose. You think that would have been anchored down a bit more. Oh, boy, this bag's almost taken us 30 minutes. It was a stealther there. It was hiding from us. Remember, we had to do that part inspection, too. And now I'm doing some more of these. Okay, Technic half beams. Yeah. Yeah, so if you're into gaming or vintage gaming, this is a nice little collector's piece. I got to check the rubber on mine. I know when I got my pinball machine I restored, the rubber on it was so hard that it was the ball would not even bounce off of it until I bought all new rubbers. And it's amazing today, they still make reproduction parts for a lot of these old machines. Okay, this goes here. Is that the extra flipper? And it shows it crooked too. See, it's crooked. Mine's crooked too. Okay, so that's normal. That's more Technic than I need to do, but this one doesn't have anything. But we haven't done anything with that yet. I don't know what that hole's for. And I forgot to put this piece in here. That goes right up here. And yeah, and that's it for bag 15. Let's make sure here. Looks like we have one of these small ones here. Usually this is what you get. How I know is because I've been doing this for so long, and these are the common parts you usually see that are left over. See if you lose them in your shag carpet, but there we go. That's not too bad there for bag 15. Alright, now we're going to unbag 16. And while I'm dialing everything in here, I want to thank everyone on my main channel and Patreon for being contributors. That's always a big help. In addition, thank you to my regretful customers. I've been If you like my building guides, let me know. And if there's something you want to see in a building guide, just ask. Because I may already have it done. I've been slowly working on older stuff. And we'll be doing a part inspection here in a bit. So we are getting some pretty heavy, I feel like acrylic balls. These are going to want to roll around. And yeah, and in addition, if you like the way I do these videos or you find them relaxing, that's always a good thing. So let me know in the comments. And feel free to subscribe and all that stuff. And if you don't like what I'm doing here, that's fine. I'm not a perfect fit for everybody. But I try my best to illustrate everything as much as I can. And yeah, we got a lot of parts to put in here. Now we got to go do part inspections, because anytime I see transparent pieces, that's in good shape. I don't know what I'd use these for here. Ooh, Lego, no. Let me make sure that one was dust. But ouch, Lego, no. No, we're going to go down to a 5. Look how deep that is right there. Boy, I could see that in the viewfinder. Jay, you're being picky. It's just the stuff's expensive. You don't want to see it all scratched. It's just dust, okay. If it moves around or it goes away, it's dust. Now, when I handle it and it gets scratched, that's fine. Yeah. Some have, said, well, why do you go with all this thing? It's for kids, kids don't care about the stuff gets scratched. But these are pretty good. I'm not talking about the little mold injection dimple that's in there. But these really didn't come without a scratch. Maybe because these are newer parts. This is brand new off the shelf. But I like these. They're really cool. I just need to get those in other colors. Now, this set here is getting a 5 definitely. You can see that scratch. Yeah, I don't get it, but hey, that's how it is here. Okay, now it looks like we're focusing on filling in more stuff on the table, so we're going to be focusing here. Okay, well, at least the camera's already positioned for us. So my goal today is essentially get this set reviewed, get it sent up to edited, try to get it done, send it up to YouTube. I'm going to try to release this in a week or two. Build installments, I will try to get them done as fast as I'm able to. Wow, they want us to put 3 individuals? I thought there had been at least a 2x2, and let me get this zoomed in here for you. I think Lego kind of just goes crazy. They inflate parts on sets. I do it because a lot of the stuff that I build is common stuff. But sometimes if I can worm in a bigger piece, I will. I always when I do my own tutorials, I try to be more efficient on parts. Oh, we got the spaceman minifigure. We haven't got to him yet, so we're going to have to wait on the little spaceman guy for later. Trying to find another jumper plate in there. Oh, there it is. Now we're back to the boring colors again. But yeah, this set here, I kind of want to see how it works. I'm not in the mood, and I'm going to be honest with you folks. Today, I am not in the mood to film. I really am not. I think it's just the heat. Miserably hot, and being under all these lights in here is not helping. It's not helping, but I'm gonna survive through it. I'm a survivor. I'll pull through it here. Looking for another one of these. Yeah, when you're looking at, it's hot and miserable when you're looking at just black parts. It just makes the set all more not too exciting. I could see something like this. They would have made a really fun one that would had a lot of bright colors that would have made this one a little more enjoyable. Oh, there it is. I mean, I understand it's space theme. We're going to have a lot of darks, but, you know. But for me personally, though, building this stuff, though, this is the treat. It's the editing that I hate doing. I got to watch because I only got 20 some odd minutes left on this card. I got to be careful. I have a bunch of other cards cleaned off. The only thing I haven't edited yet is the stuff that I'm filming today. Well, no, I'm editing some of the other stuff. So right now I'm editing, or I'm processing part 5 and shadow filing part 6. And my voice is trying to crack. Okay. And then after that, this has got to go in the play field. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this where it's at. Right where this thing is stubbed off here. And it looks like the rounded part is supposed to face down like this. Okay. I don't know how I'd feel about. I'm going to put my hand under here and hold underneath that weight, and I'm just going to wiggle that in there. Because my luck, it's not going to want to cooperate. So this thing is meant for the ball to hit. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we got that taken care of. So that's the thing to hit the space. That's like an asteroid. So you got to use the flippers to keep the asteroids away. Okay. Now we're gonna. Looks like we're gonna make 2 spinny things. The next set I'm building is going to be a Friends set for all you Friends haters out there. And it looks pretty interesting. I want to get into that one. Really, after a while doing these big sets, they do get kind of redundant. Like, okay, I've been working on this one for about a week and a half or so, and I really want to get into something more smaller. And I think LEGO needs to really focus on that, because big sets, after a while, you can get burned out of them. Okay. You can literally get burned out of sets this big. You know, some people want a lengthy model. If you have a form of autism, it's really not helpful. Being, you know, from first-hand experience, you know, you can lose interest in something like this. So, looks like it's not the top part that spins, more like the bottom. Yeah. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing, my bad. That's why I can't guarantee these as tutorials like some want. I mean, what would be involved to make these into tutorials? It'd be very involved. I would not be able to do my own custom stuff anymore. It would just, and two, if I did that, I would probably put a lot of these behind a paywall. You got to do them like that there. And, you know, that's not fair for some. So I don't want to just make these full-fledged tutorials by any means. You know, you get what I'm saying? That's just, I don't want to put everything locked up behind paywalls. I want to be able to enjoy this and listen off. I was thinking about, what if I list out all the steps? It would just, the editing would just be atrocious. It'd have to be it would have to be a very valuable build. Something like this I could have done, but I don't need to be dragging out an hour-long installment up to like 3 or 4 hours, and that would not be fair to you, the viewer, just for that. And then you have to pay for it on top of that. So I like to keep these more informal here. And then that's it for those. You got to make 2 of these, but it looks like nothing really spins except for that. So I think the pin spins. Now we got to put them on that thing there. So it looks like this one goes, let's start up here. This one goes right here, right? This hole right up here. Okay. I know, my camera work here is very sloppy today. I'm not in the mood. But this here, so these do, this one really goes good. This one here is kind of stiff. Yeah, that's not too bad. Alright, back down here. Haven't had any really rude comments so far, which is even better. Alright, focus, come on, right there, good boy. There we go. Now we're building the some kind of like a pipe thing. Alright, so I don't see any Technics. I think Technic might mostly be over. Even better. Unless you like Technic. I mean, if you all want me to do Technic, just say something and I'll consider it. If I get a majority, you know, Jay, I want to see you build one. That'd be like a nightmare. So something that maybe 200 pieces could take about an hour or so for me. So think on that one, because that'd be a lot of stuff there. Okay. And then stick a cross piece in there. I gotta find it first. And then after that, put a 1x1 plate in the corner there. Can you still see what I'm doing? Oh, yes you can. Good. Yeah, it's just, I got a bunch of good ideas I want to share with you. I just need to get this done here and another review. So I try to film reviews in bulk, right? I have half of tutorial built. I could have built one piece of it, but I want to get the whole thing done of it first. It's a multi-piece tutorial. Great for family building. So I would have to really focus on that first. Skip a stud and set this here. Yeah, I have a scratchy throat. Boy, the air is just bad out here today. I may as well be smoking. I need the black ones. They have black and they have gray of these pieces here. So be careful which ones you grab. So it looks like we won't be pressing this thing. That means I'm going to have to hold it because this kind of protrudes at the bottom here. Can't wait to get this done so I can take a breather. The hot lights after a while do get to me. And here I was talking about the other day, we were talking about I'm going to go full-blown doll. And that's going to be hot and miserable. I always do that on our Discord group. Guys, I'm getting into anime, you know, because I'm building up Jay the Surfer character. Oh, and by the way, somebody did ask, Jay, I don't really like the AI figure in the corner. No, that AI figure is me. That I hand drew. AI did not generate that. That's why he's kind of plain. And as far as for head movements, I do track my head movements manually. You know, there's no need to have AI do everything, so I can do that part myself. So just, you know, like when you see my head moving around on, like on this review, I'm going to have my guy in there at the beginning of the video, and I think on the review. And when you see the head movement, that's actually my head moving that. And I have keys set up for like laughing and stuff like that. So that's how I do that. So if you're thinking, well, Jay, you're using AI, I thought you were kind of against that. No, it's not AI. It's just VTuber stuff. And then I just come in and just kind of prepare it for, you know. And then after that, okay, this goes like that. That don't make sense. No, but that's how they want it. It's only held together by one stud. Well, that's I mean, I guess okay. And then we stick this in here. Now it's going to overlap that. Okay. That's getting kind of worse. Like, you know, Lego, the pinball machine, that ball's going to be flying around. I mean, we're not trying to break things, are we? I don't want to have to rebuild it after I'm playing it. I mean, there's a hole right there. Doesn't really show it, but everything is lined up, so I bet there's more cross bracing than what we're leading on to here. This also some of these obstacles would be great for a marble maze too, if you're into marble mazes. Some people do those. Those marble mazes are always fun to watch. All right, flip this over like that. Okay, there is something. Oh, it goes like that. There is something that goes in that hole. I only got 13 minutes. I doubt I'm going to finish this in 13 minutes. There's still a significant portion of parts on here. But something like this, I've taken my time. I don't want to mess up on it, you know. And if you're very impatient, just don't. You're not gonna like the results. Just don't rush through it here. All right. So I always tell you, don't rush. Enjoy your set. Enjoy the build experience. That kind of thing. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know what that's for there, but we'll find out what it does eventually. We'll find out. All right. Yeah, I wonder, everybody right now is taking naps right now. That's why I'm doing this, but I have a feeling that somebody's going to get up and they're going to get all kind of, oh, there we go. Get all kind of mad at me. Wait a minute. Phone. Oh, okay, there's actually a 1x1 plate that goes in here. I wasn't paying attention. All right, so move that over and put a plate in there. A few comments ago, somebody said I make way too many mistakes, these even to be followed. You know, and, I mean, it was a video with a disclaimer too. You know, some people just kind of leave themselves open, and I'm just like, you know, I've warned about, you know, the videos just being amateurish. But thank you for reminding me. Then we got to put a plate in that hole there. Okay, and then we got a corner plate, if I can find it. And then after that we got to tile it, so this is part of some kind of like a tray or something here. A friend of mine talking about being at Monterey for the first time, and he actually enjoyed it because it was surprisingly cool there, because he's really never been to the beach. I said, yeah, usually the beach, you know, not too bad. He got to go like on a whale watching trip and stuff like that. I've never been on a whale watching adventure. Just doesn't excite me. I said, you did something I didn't do. He goes, what? I said, you were on a boat on the sea. I never was on a boat on the sea. I've been on lakes, but never in the ocean. I've swam in the ocean. I've surfed in the ocean. In case you count that as a boat. A surfboard is a boat. I mean, it's a floating device, so yeah, I guess you could. A raft. But I've been on a surfboard, but as a boat, no, I have not. Yeah. At least we're using some nice space colors for the for all this here. Yeah, I still have a few barbecue hamburger patties left, so I'm just going to pop a couple of those in for dinner tonight. I have leftovers a lot. It's no need to waste food. So I can hear, where's my soggy burger? You ain't going to get a soggy burger. We're going to eat what's left over. Does that go like that? Yes, it does. It doesn't really show you here. Obviously it would, because that fits in there, interlocks it all. Let me zoom out here so you can see what this whole thing looks like. If you're into marble mazes, here you go. Got the parts for it now. That just rests in there. Then they want us to put this. Lego, why don't you just have... Oh, wait a minute. You know why I think they did that? Never mind. It's like, wouldn't you have me do it the other way? Well, no. I put it in the wrong way. Oh. Yeah, I see why they had us do that. Okay, I put mine in wrong. What do I do? Okay, what do I do about that? How am I going to get this out and redo it? I'm going to have to kind of really persuade this. I put mine in the wrong way. Be very careful, because, yeah, I'm going to have to kind of peel it back a little bit just to make a rotation. I would have thought of a different way to write that up. It's got to be like that. There we go. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Just be careful with that there. I don't want to cause any more injuries. Let's see here. Okay, we got Technic. It's just beams and stuff, but it's still Technic. I kid you not. This doesn't go on here. Here's the deal. If you're like me and you just hate Technic with a passion, don't get this set. It might be good for introductory Technic, but it's if you're like me and you're just like, I'm not interested, you may want to hire someone to put this one together. Yeah. You know, my family and I, we were talking about, this sounds kind of morbid, what would happen, like, let's say I were to leave us, you know, in terms of passing away, you know, which it's going to happen eventually. You know, my ideas and voice and all that stuff is preserved on YouTube. Alright, which is kind of weird, because we don't have any really recordings of my dad or anything. We have some home videos. I'm thinking, well, for me, all my stuff's on YouTube. I'm trying to get this in here first. There we go. I'm going to snap that in there. And then this guy here just kind of swings in there like that. There we go. So that's, I guess that's meant to be as an angle piece. And so YouTube's really good about that. How long is YouTube going to be around? I mean, it's lasted 20 years, you know. But what would happen though? Like to my ideas and stuff. My family would have to take over. Of course, none of them are into Lego, but just to kind of keep the ideas renewed. That kind of thing. We were talking about that, and I just thought, what's going to happen to all that? What's going to happen to my ideas? You know, you never know. And then this, I know it sounds kind of morbid for this, but you know, with YouTube I can preserve my ideas and stories on it. That's the beauty of YouTube. God, I got sweat running down the back of my neck, my chest. I gotta stop after this. I've only got 5 minutes on this card. And we're still working on this little goofy gadget here. Literally. It's like we're making 2 of these. Alright, so we're going to do those right now. So there's always that discussion, you know, what's going to happen? And we need the inverted tiles behind those. So my ideas are always preserved. They're preserved. Okay. Flip them right side up again. But I'm not going anywhere for a while, so don't be like, oh my god, no, I'm not going anywhere. Not yet, anyways. I'm going to have to break a card. Oh no. We don't have a lot left, but I still have to do the setting up. With this machine here, the setup is not going to be that bad. Only got 4 minutes left. I may break it right before we install. Okay, then flip these over and stick one of these little LED bulbs in here. Boy, this is really thought out very well. I wish packing was better. And the build quality could have been improved a bit, but you know, these go on here. So you're going to have to, this is, you know what might be easier? Setting it up on its side, sliding this in here, and starting on this side here first. All I want to do is kind of set that in there, and I'm just going to wiggle it in. And then I'm just going to come in here and pinch it. It's easier to start on that side, so we're going to do that. Just now, if I put my lights on the wrong side, I'll just pop them out. But I thankfully grew a brain here and is paying attention. So I'm just going to set that in there and just tack it in. And then now I'm going to pinch this here. And then now it makes this side here a little easier. I was thinking about that when I was building. I'm thinking, what am I going to do that? Some of my tutorials require that too, where you have to slide something in and work really quickly. And that's it. We put our tiles on there. But I need a break I need to change my card. Okay, now I'm back. And now we're going to have to put that on the play field. Now, let's see here. Now it shows that it goes in, oh, it goes in just a few areas. These 2 anchor points here, these 2 openings. And yeah, it's just these 2 pins here. So these are the stands. I think the easiest thing to do here is to take this one that's hinged. We're going to start with that one first. I'm not going to push it in all the way. I'm just going to tack it in about halfway. And then this guy here, I'm just going to kind of rotate that one into place, because this one's fixed. Now my hands are going to be in the way, I'm sorry, but now we're down to a good solid 4.5, because that just came apart there. Can you see that? Build quality. They could have spent a little more time with that. It means I got to pop it off, ding it off 1/2 point, and then we're right back to where we started from. You know, so we can't press there. This is very PC, very PC. All right, let's start back to where this is supposed to be here. Okay, and then this one here is supposed to go here, but I'm going to leave it here because I can't see it all the way on the other side of the table. So I'm going to have to probably press down right on this side here, but it feels like it's wanting to crumble. It's starting to. And then we're just going to have to work that in very slowly. But that's got a nice transition there. So I guarantee this is meant to hit this ball up here and bring this back down. Making sure that's really in there without crumbling things down. Okay. And yeah, well, we're not done yet. We still got a few more items here. Not a whole lot, but we still got some things. You know what's next? The baby figure. And both the Lego astronaut and baby figure appears in this color for the first time. Come on, focus, please. There we go. All right. Well, I like that nice, what is it, light royal blue? Okay. Not sure where that's supposed to be facing, but we'll find out eventually. For the first time. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to have to do a camera tour. This goes right up here in this stud right there. I think the best thing is to kind of rotate him a bit here so he can see the audience. That's what they have him as. And rotating these things can be a chore without breaking something. I don't want to break his hands. So there we go. And it does not show us about the spaceman. You see that right there? That thing sticking out right there? I flip it over. It doesn't even tell us or no, he does here. Never mind, I'm being silly. So we got to put the balls in. So we have the one up here. Okay, now let's do this. Let's get the minifigure put in now because I hate to think I lost that. Yeah, I don't know what I did with the figure. Go figure there. And I do not have a replacement for that. Well, yeah. I haven't been working on this in a few days, or a day or two. Well, I'm going to have to spend some time to clean all this off and find it. Oh, here he is. All right. You know, that's the bad if you got a very big giant basement or attic with Lego stuff, I envy you. Because if I took the other room, if I had to do the other room, I'd use the shop. Which I need to really get that place in order. So take our figure, and you're going to have to kind of set him on there. Sorry, I have to cover it up because I got to put him in there. So I guess he's trying to rescue his kid. Does he have his hands up? Yeah, looks like he does. Let's do it. How? Boy, that just falls off so easily, Lego. What's with this? You spent a lot of time, and yet this stuff just falls off real easily. All right. Some things fall off, some things don't. And that's it. And then page 378 and 379 pretty much tells you how to play. And when I do the gameplay on this, I'm going to do a top-down version. So yeah, it tells you what to do here. This thing moves. And if you need to reset it, you have to go back here and move that by hand. Remember I was talking about that. To bring him back. So you have to reach back here with that red lever. Let me pull it back here. I wish there was a better way of doing this, and you have to bring this thing back here manually. That's the only issue, or to be a fully automatic play. And that concludes the build. So we put our ball in here. Goes back into there. But it doesn't go in all the way. Okay. And this goes in this little drawer here for a 1-up. Just in case you lose your marbles. We don't need to be losing marbles over this one. Do I have any of those? I have the smaller balls, but nothing like that. So be very careful. You only get 2, so they don't give you 3. And that's what we have remaining there for bag 16 and the build. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is, I think. I may have thrown a few other pieces in there, but I keep all the spare parts until I'm done, because sometimes I will lose things. And that's pretty much what it is. And it's set up. We're done. That's it. We're done setting it up. All right. What we're going to do, we're going to do a quick gameplay test real quick. So let's just try it here. And I'm going to be sitting off to the side. I can still play it like this. Not too bad. So let's see here. Yeah. Now I lost that one. You may have to bring this thing back. But as you can see, the spaceman was moving here. And I'm afraid to hit this thing too hard. I don't know if he's moving or not, though. I'm not in the optimize... well, that hung up there. I mean... it's working. Well, I didn't make any points that way. Yeah, he's moving very slowly, so you got to keep playing until he gets up to the top. It's kind of wish we could do something. I haven't had it go up in here, but it's supposed to go up here and drop like that. So this knob thing here sticks out a little too far. So you have to pull it in and do that. Yeah, this is pretty fun here. It's playable. So, yeah, the technique wasn't too bad in this one. Stickers probably ding off a point just due to their size. You know, I mean, I like this pixelated stuff up here, but the sides you think would be, you know, 4.5, just due to really the stickers and build quality, the way it was packed. So let's, you know, run through it real quick. Like, okay, build experience was fun. There were some instances where things would fall apart, but most of the time I enjoyed the set. I have to get past the techniques, so I would say build experience is really good. Build quality, it seems pretty well built for a finished product. So I'd say build quality is pretty good once it's built, but building it, not so much. But you got to be careful because a lot of this stuff could crumble. Like this thing here, it seems like this thing is the most fragile part. And in addition to that, play value. And I always talk about play value with sig figs or minifigures. Well, this one's got play value, despite of it being not scaled for minifigures. It's an arcade machine. It's playable. So I'd say there's a lot of play value despite for what this is. Can't put this in a city. You can take this apart and make something else out of it. You know, you can do all sorts of stuff. So that's my gist of my notes. My throat's starting to crack here. But yeah, when we do this, I'm just going to go ahead and this thing's big. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of move it around. Do I need to do close-ups of it? Could I bring this up here? I may not even have to use the hand cam. This is how I see it when I'm playing, so I may just not even use a hand cam. I think we're just going to do it all in one shot. But honestly though, for $230, you're getting a playable model, despite of it being full-sized, or not full-sized, but you can't put this in the city. I'd say it's more of a novelty piece that's functioning. You know, so the creators of this obviously had experience in building these things. But what we have here is just, it's just cool. This is eye candy as well as a functioning machine. How long is it going to last? You don't know. At least it's not a steel marble, so I don't think it's going to do a whole lot of damage. But 4.5, I think we're ready for a tour. But overall, though, I'm happy with it. Yeah. But let's go ahead and let's do a formal walkthrough. Here is the Arcade Pinball Machine OSM. It's a very unique model indeed. So obviously you can tell it's pretty much a small-sized pinball machine, something you'd see like in an arcade, although this one's not on legs. It's basically a countertop model. And yeah, as you can tell here, we got a lot of stuff here for the play field. Trying to get that nasty glare off for you. You got a little spaceship trying to avoid getting hit by the asteroid. You have this little ramp here, and you got the ball launcher thing, and you got spinny things, you got flippers, and the flippers do work. And don't worry, we're going to do a full gameplay on this too, which you rarely see on this channel is gameplays. And here you got yourself the front. It's got nice tile work in here, and you got a 1-up here. You got a little spare ball in here in case you lose this one. And they only give you just 2 marbles for this. You got to be very careful. But as you can tell, look at the color scheme on this. This does scream space. And I even like this back part too. Let's take a closer look at that. Yeah, you do get a minifigure and a baby minifigure, spaceman. I think he's trying to rescue his son floating off. Oh no. Yeah, this right here is actually the score, I believe, where once he gets up to here, you win the game. But I like the tile work here. That's printed. That's pretty much the only piece that was printed in here, along with these little crosses. But I like the tile work in the back. It just looks really cool. Now the sides are not bare. They actually got artwork on them, in addition to the tile work that's continued on. It really does scream space. And despite the ring light here, let me turn that off so we could see that a little better. Unfortunately, these are all stickers, and you got to be careful because you can get air bubbles in here. Here's your switches for the flippers. And here's the back here. This is how you reset the game. You have to slide this thing all the way over to reset the score. So that's the only downside with this model here. And here's the other side with the marbles. We'll worry about the marble later. That's essentially what that is. I mean, it's got nice graphics. I just wish this stuff was printed. It would feel more high-end, but with the stickers, it just felt like I was putting together something rather cheap. And yeah, I'm being honest. But it's got really a nice feel, and this thing does have some weight to it. Now, if you're scared of Technic, this probably is not a good model for you because there is some Technic involved. We're going to take a quick peek at the bottom here and what this looks like. Yeah, you can see things are kind of functioning. Not as much as I would have hoped. This thing here is the thing that controls the spaceman moving, so you got to be very careful with that. I want to keep that reset because we're going to do a gameplay on this. So I'd say Technic is at a minimum with this, but I'm sure somebody who's inclined to do so, you could probably use power functions or even Mindstorms with this and give this thing a little bit more functionality to it. So that's pretty much what the Technic involves there. Now, stuff like this, for me personally, is mostly just eye candy, but LEGO did something a little further. In addition to the designers of this, it's a playable model. You can play with it. So we got our marble here. We're going to set that down in there, and we're ready to go. Now, normally these machines have a piece of glass over them. These don't, so be careful with the marble. It probably most likely fly out. I remember doing that with a pinball machine I was restoring, and yeah, the glass is really important. This one does not have it. So just imagine if they did. And yeah, well, let's just get going here. So you put your marble in here and you're ready to play. And let me get into playing position here, because we got to have some fun here, right? We got to play. Now, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but watch the minifigure in the back. So let me get situated here, and here we go. We're going to have a little fun with this. And yeah. Oh, I lost that time. You really got to pull that handle there. And as you can see, it pretty much functions like a real pinball machine. Sometimes the ball doesn't reset, so you got to pull this thing back, let it get centered up, and then we'll do it again here. And yeah, I think this is a very fun model, and I haven't experienced anything falling off since I've been playing around with it, especially I was doing the build previews. See, this guy's got a long ways to go, so he moves very slow. Well, that's stuck there. Boy, yeah, sometimes this thing's a little buggy, but for what it is, though, it may need a little bit more of a tilt to it. But as you can see, though, it's a nice little novelty piece. And yeah, this guy here is moving very slow to catch up to his kid. Very slow. But, you know, as you can tell, though, it's really nice. You may want to put something back here to maybe tilt it a little bit more. I have yet to get this to go into here and back around here. You know, but the whole objective is to keep this asteroid here from hitting this. And if you hit this a few times, you can see where the figure does bounce around. But it's really nice. And as you can tell, though, you got some action here and, you know. Well, we're going to start my review with play value, and usually I target play value towards models that are designed for minifigures or mini dolls. Well, this one here is a playable model, so it's playable. I mean, you do have a functioning pinball machine. It's bare minimum, but still, it's still a functioning game. And the only thing it doesn't have is actually a point score on it, but you do have the minifigure on here. So if you really are inclined to keep a score, this is probably about as close as you're going to get. But it's a playable model for what it is. And I could see some builders using this idea to make their own designs for pinball machines. So Lego's already kind of set something out. Now, if you're interested in this, you have something to work off of. Build quality on this, building it was more or less average. You will have some pieces fall off. Watch the instructions very closely, because you can put some stuff in the wrong spot, especially with the Technic. So just take your time on this, go very slow. But the build quality will degrade if you're rushing through this. But as you can tell with the finished model, I haven't had anything fall off, which is even better. Build experience was real fun with this one. Now, there will be some parts that are frustrating, like the Technic. If you put a gear in the wrong place, you put something in the wrong hole, you're going to have to take it apart. So just take your time on this. So your build experience will be really good. Now, I'm not into building stuff like this, but I had more or less fun building this one. This is a set that I really want to see function after it's done. But building it is the really fun part. It's about taking your time and just enjoying the build, because then after that, you can play with it. So it's a playable model. And I'm pretty happy with my build experience. This one was not a boring set, despite of all the black. But it is exceptional here because this is a space-themed pinball machine. Now we need one of these real life form. Just a big one would be really cool. I could see this. And yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about it. So, but unfortunately, I got to give this thing a 4.5 out of 10. Or why the bad score? A lot of these transparent pieces in here were scuffed. The packing quality of this, you know, they could have improved a bit. The stickers, but mainly due to build quality in terms of when you're constructing this model. Some of this stuff will split apart. You're going to need somebody to help you with this. If you're building this solo, it's possible. Just take your time, but your build quality will degrade. But other than that, after everything is put together and locked in place, you are getting a really beefy model. I just wish build quality was good when you were constructing with it. But everything feels pretty solid in here once it's complete. It's just when you're building is the issue, and the scuffed pieces hurt it. The big stickers, you can get air bubbles in here. Like some of these in here, you can see that there's air bubbles in here. It's really hard to get rid of it. Not the dimple in the middle of the tile. We're talking just around the areas and stuff. So it's really just, it's stuff that if you're not good at placing stickers, it can degrade your build experience and the quality of it too. But overall though, in summation, I'm really happy with this. This was not something that I was bored with. At first I thought, I'm not too sure about this set, but now after building this model, I think you're going to have a lot of fun. This is a nice project that you can do in probably a few days to a week, and this is something you do during the hot summer months. Sitting inside, maybe pop in a nice movie or a cartoon and build this. And now unfortunately this can only be built by up to one person. Really two people can't assemble this. I was hoping for more of a collaborative build and we just pop the parts together, but I can see now after building this it wasn't really possible. But so I'm not really going after that there, because this is a very unique model, but it would not have been easy to split this one apart for group building. But all the same though, you can all take turns playing it, and it's got a nice feel just like a real pinball machine. It doesn't feel uncomfortable, it doesn't feel weird, it just feels like the real deal, and the mechanisms feel solid. It's a really solidly built machine after construction. But if you're looking for something to do during this summer, and yeah, for $229.99, it's a bit pricey for the stickers and scuffed parts. But if you're looking for something to do, or especially if you have a child that got straight A's in school, here you go. This would be something that they can really enjoy putting together. I think the set is for 18 plus, but I'm sure somebody younger can put this together if they're well disciplined. The best thing to do is to do one bag a day. It may take you 2 weeks to put it together, but then you want a working machine. So somebody who's really well disciplined can put this together. I survived. I know somebody else is going to survive through this too, but yeah, with a little bit of improvements, this thing's going to be really cool. Overall, I'm satisfied with it. It just looks fun. This really does scream Let's Play. It looks really cool. The colors are pulling me into this. It's just an interesting piece. But I want to know what you guys and gals think of the Arcade Pinball Machine.